All right, I think we can get started. So hello guys, my name is Kshitij. I'm the founder and CEO of Tequila Global Services, and I do have Namrata and Pranav with me, who are the main panelists on today's webinar. Um, I know like some of you might not even know what B2B Commerce Cloud is or what Cloudcraze is. So just to fill you in, Salesforce Salesforce as a Commerce Cloud, and Commerce Cloud comprise of two things. One is B2C Commerce Cloud and one is B2B Commerce Cloud. B2C Commerce Cloud is nothing but Demandware, and B2B Commerce Cloud is nothing but Cloudcraze. And a little history on Cloudcraze. Like Cloudcraze was created as an app on Salesforce for managing like B2B transactions, right? So what is B2B? Okay, so just to give you background, like B2B is how you have a, like when you sell to a business, right? So for example, Amazon, uh, Flipkart, or any of these sites are like B2C, where you are selling it to a consumer. Whereas B2B means when you're selling to a business. So for example, Alibaba. So Alibaba is a B2B website, where you have to buy as a business, where you buy in bulk. Okay, so B2B Commerce Cloud is there where you can sell some things to a business, and for that, the workflow is very different from a B2C website, like Commerce Cloud, because you don't have mass buyers coming in, right? You only have companies coming in. So that's why this session is all about setting up B2B Commerce Cloud, which is Cloudcraze. Namrata, you can take it from here. You on mute.
Okay. Yeah, hi everyone. This is Namrata Verma, and I'm a senior Salesforce developer in Tequila Global Services. And today, I have my colleague Pranav Joshi with me.
Namrata, your voice is a bit shrill. Can you try speaking slow, like bit?
Hello,
Yeah,
is it
voice is
better?
getting low. Namrata, can
Hello.
you hear me fine?
No, Namrata, it's still noisy.
Just a moment.
Uh,
Pranav, you can introduce yourself meanwhile.
yeah. So, hello guys. Myself Pranav Joshi, and I'm working with Tequila Global Services from last 3 years, and I mainly worked on Sales Cloud and Commerce Cloud. Yeah. So today I will be joining with Namrata to expert you guys more on B2B Cloudcraze.
Yeah. Okay. Is it better now?
Yes. Yeah, Namrata.
Much better. Just a bit louder, okay?
Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, as Pranav said, we'll be presenting to you B2B Cloudcraze, just the introductory session today we are conducting. And so, as Kshitij explained, what B2B is. So, in short, B2B is a managed package built on the Salesforce platform for creating self service e commerce storefronts that enable business buyers, such as retailers, wholesalers, or distributors, to purchase goods or services from a brand. So, for today's session, the agenda will be covering would be the introduction of B2B commerce, the functionalities that B2B offer, the difference between B2B and B2C in Cloudcraze or Commerce Cloud, the data model that B2B has, and some overview on the CC admin, that is Cloudcraze admin, and configurations that we do while setting up the storefronts and all, and lately Q&A session. Okay, so as we introduced to you what B2B is, so B2B e-commerce demands highly industry-specific customization to meet the needs of particular industries. So B2B is basically business to business, and apart from these, B2B is fully branded, customer-facing website, enterprise e-commerce capabilities. It also has we can manage content. We have content management on it. Rich mobile user experience and scalable and secure integrated infrastructure with Salesforce platform.
Yeah. So the second slide is about the offerings from the Commerce Cloud. We can say the powerful B2B commerce functionality. So let's see what exactly does that mean in B2B world? So let's start from the left side, that is designed for large B2B size orders. So it actually here we can order products in a bulk size with the things properly organized like shipping, then order address, then the quantity. So basically, to give you one example, we can correlate it with the Amazon itself. So as Namrata mentioned, the B2B and B2C, these are the two kind of streams which are like offered from the Salesforce. So here we are introducing you for the B2B, and let's see for the example of Amazon website itself. So if you guys know, there is another option where you can register for the Amazon business account as well. So where you can actually order in the bulk quantity. So the first point is nothing but that is the B2B commerce itself is designed for the large quantity to handle the large quantity of the cart items. And yes, it's of course for the B2B size orders. Yeah. So the second point is about two-click ordering, two-click reordering. So B2B commerce offers uh, this button besides the listed completed orders named as reorder to repeat, and it's actually speed up your ordering process. Then third point is about the integrated sales and services. So like you can define here your product relationships here as well. So let's divide it in a two way, like we first see about how you can improve your sales or how you can sell more of your products, and to assist your customer in making the informed decisions. So here you can actually use some of the inbuilt functionalities while setting up any product here. So there you can select your product as some of the categories here, because while you publish any product, you can categorize itself while publishing it. You can show it as accessories, you can cross sell it, you can upsell it. So the cross sell upsell is kind of the Salesforce terms where yeah, we use it to improve your sales. So for suppose if I am buying in a laptop, then my main product is going to be my Lenovo laptop. But beside that, I can insist customer to buy any Lenovo wireless mouse. So this is like kind of cross selling, and yeah. So depend on the product, you can categorize it like it is a main accessory, or it is a cross selling product, or it's maybe the upselling product. So here you can give B2B customer a single online destination for commerce and service. So let uh, go to the second part. It is once you sell any product, there should be service on the same domain itself, or on the same platform itself. So here you can use your service cloud with the commerce cloud to engage your customer on the same platform. So for service customer, you can look up FAQ, like so a customer can read a knowledge article from your community, or you can assign any contact. You can assign it to any contact agent via chat, or customer can submit a case online. So this will be kind of integrated sales and service pattern where you can introduce like your community, where which will help customer to engage for the servicing type any issue, or and in a way to sales it, you can engage the customer through the commerce cloud. Okay, so let's go to the next one, that is negotiated and contact pricing. Yeah, so you can handle the price list according to your individual account here. So basically, to give you an idea, the contact pricing is common for many business to business buyer or seller relationships. The buyer and seller have an agreed to a price for the items within their contract. So this is kind of the backend where they have introduced so many objects to engage the customer differently according to their agreement. So where you can say like contract pricing is a more than just a contract. It allows for the concept of price groups, CC price groups. This is again the main object that we will introduce in some of next slides, which are similar to the account groups but more flexible. So the objects which involved in the contract pricing or negotiation are like CC price group, then CC price group price list, and CC price group account. Yeah, so this kind of customization you can handle from the backend. Then move to the next one, that is multiple payment types. Yeah, of course, the PO, purchase order, then credit card subscription, etc. You can drag down any menu from the any option from the menu, and you can set your payment type here. Then the shift to multiple locations. Yes, so here you can split the order items to be shipped at multiple locations. So at a time when you are ordering something in a bulk quantity, you can actually divide the ordered items to ship at multiple locations. This is again the extra functionality that B2B commerce support. Yeah. So the next slide is about what functionalities that B2B offer. It's kind of repetition where you can, the first one is the authenticated site includes login for each visitor. So B2B commerce is like the system which we host on the community itself. So the experience level is of course the community. So we are going to provide community to host our storefront. So storefront here is the main word which you will get to know in some of the next slides. The second one is the shopping carts that can accommodate hundreds of thousands of items per order. It's a bulk ordering, nothing but. Then the rapid reorders to make large, frequent orders and fast and easy. This is nothing but the simple option of reordering. Then custom storefront themes for unique look and feel. So here storefront comes again. The storefront is going to be the heart of B2B commerce. So to give an you simple give you a simple idea, the storefront is nothing but the we can say the commerce any e-commerce site. So we can consider storefront as a Flipkart is our one storefront, and the Amazon is our another storefront. So storefront is nothing but our separate e-commerce site. So according to each account, we can customize the look and feel of storefront. Then specific product catalogs by account for a selected subset of products. Then dynamic and variant products. Order history for each authenticated visitor. Then search common functionality. Then storefront and order templates.
Okay. The differences between B2B commerce and B2C commerce. So basically what B2B is, as I mentioned, if you are already using Salesforce in some capacity, you have the platform, you have Sales Cloud, you have Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and you want to build a B2B store, and you don't want to look externally to any other platform that you can get help from in order to load your e-commerce site to set up your storefront. So it's an awesome choice to get your site up and running in a very less time using B2B. So there's a lot of flexibility that it offers in terms of how your pages are surfaced, what kind of configurations you can do as an administrator. And on the other hand, what B2C is, it's that's when you are trying to build a site from an end customer for the end customer, potentially millions of customer, and it's not on Salesforce platform. Actually, this is basically demandware. It is a separate platform, technology platform, different stack it is. So it's different platform, and what they are doing is integrating it with other products, but it's still a standalone platform which talks to other products within the Salesforce product suite via connectors. So B2B is inbuilt in Salesforce. You have the package in Salesforce that you install and get your things done, whereas B2C is a standalone product, and you need connectors to connect it with Salesforce and then have your things done.
Yeah. So this slide actually gives idea about the current architecture of the B2B commerce. So on very top layer, it's that is the experience layer. So this is nothing but our communities, Salesforce communities. So as I mentioned earlier, actually we host our storefront on separate community to enable it for our customer users. Then at below, these are the B2B commerce APIs, and you can think of it like those are uh, going to be usable for most of the functionalities. Like when we like when we add any item in a cart or when we place any order, these APIs are going to be useful through backend. And at last, this is the B2B commerce object native to Salesforce. So B2B commerce has a lot of custom objects like they have introduced in managed package. These objects are kind of CC objects, we can say cloud trace objects, and through cloud trace object you can customize each and every point, like look and feel even of your storefront. And to uh, connect with Salesforce, they have again used contact, user, and account object. Those are native to Salesforce to build your storefront.
Yeah. And the namespace that AppExchange used for B2B commerce is CCRZ.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you install B2B commerce? So first of all, you need to prepare your org for B2B commerce. So you need to, since you need to enable communities in order to host your storefront on it. So you need to make sure you have proper community licenses in your org. Then in order to install B2B commerce, Salesforce provides you URLs for your production and sandbox for the particular versions and patches that you want your B2B commerce for. Like there are many different versions of B2B commerce available. And then you need to install your B2B commerce, selecting particular profile of community user profile. You cannot just directly install the package for all the profiles. You need to particularly select the custom community user profile in order to install your B2B commerce package. And there are certain pre-steps for it. As I said, you need to enable Salesforce communities. So you need to ensure that you have at least one community cloud plus license or community cloud license. Then you need to create a profile called My B2B Storefront Registered Users. This is just a name. You can give your own. So you need to clone Community Cloud Plus or Community Cloud User profile in order to create this profile. And during install, you need to select this profile while installing it so that your B2B gets installed successfully with all the configurations that it implements. And then you need to give your profile the permission of CC admin to view CC admin. So you can set up all the configurations and all for your storefronts and globally or particularly for any personalized storefront as well.
Yeah. So this slide actually introduce about the initial flow. So what happens when customer self-register on a storefront? So let's see. I have just created a new storefront and I have hosted it on one community, and it's up and live and running. And I just visited to uh, I have opened just a URL of that community, and where I can see the new registration button as well. So while this is nothing but the flow of what happens when the customer self register on the storefront. So when customer self register on storefront, Salesforce creates three objects in the backend. Those are two objects are like common. One is the user and contact, which normally gets created, and the third one is the account. And in addition to that, CloudCraze assigns the account to the portal account group, so customer can see and buy your products. So let's say one by one. So the first one is the user object. So let's say the buyer must have a valid user record to create orders in the CloudCraze. So here the buyer is nothing but our user. Then the next one is the contact. Contacts are the individuals associated with your accounts. So this is the normal functionality. Then the contacts can modify the contact data to change information such as personal address or phone on storefront. Then comes account. An account is usually a business entity. So when any customer visit or when any buyer visit on any storefront, while registering, it actually creates as a new account, fresh account in the backend, and which represents that buyer's business entity, like as an account. So that an account is usually a business entity, and contacts belong to that account. An account can have many contacts to allow a business to have multiple people buying products on its behalf. So the self-registration users cannot modify any account data in CloudCraze. This is to ensure that the accounts with multiple contacts do not have any modifications. Then the last one is the account group. So account groups determines the products and prices your customers can see. So in next slide, you will get more information on a CC account group. So before that, how how the account name for self registration user is determined. So when any new buyer comes into picture and he self registered himself to create a new account, the account name for self registration user varies depending on whether you have a business or like B2B business or B2C business. So B2B customers enter company name during self registration. So when you click on a new registration button, it will pop up a form where you can see the company name input. So the company name is nothing but the account name in the backend. This is the case in the B2B, but in B2C, there is no any company name like company name input, but there is you can directly enter your first name or as a backend in account name. So the customer first name and last name is the account name itself. So this is the major difference between user contact account relationship for B2B and B2C.
Okay, account groups. So an account group is one of the main objects in Cloudcraze. So an account group is a collection of accounts and price list. Account groups determine the products and prices your customers see. So if you can see this diagram, under account groups, we have price list and accounts. So and accounts would have contacts, whereas price list would have the products and the prices. So whatever accounts and contacts under the account groups are, they will be able to see the price list and the products and prices associated that to that account groups only. So and Cloudcraze automatically installs two account groups. You say anonymous and portal account. So anonymous would be the for guest users, and portal account would be for self-registered users. So if you're a guest user on B2B and you're um surfing the products and all, so you would be assigned to the account group anonymous. And if you have self-registered yourself on the storefront, so you'll be assigned the account group as portal account, and you will be able to see only those products which will be assigned to these account groups. So anonymous users see the price list assigned to the CC anonymous account, which belongs to the anonymous account group. Now, and so what price lists do? Price lists are what products and prices can customers see, and who can see those prices and products. So the accounts, uh, and under those accounts, the contacts which are created, they can see those products and prices. So this is the whole idea of who can see what into your storefront. Now, an account group can have multiple price lists. So how your product, under your product, what price would be seen. So that determines that depends on um, price selection methods that B2B offers. Since we can have multiple price lists under an account group. So uh, we will be getting only one price listed on the product page. So how does that happen? So that is because of we have a price selection method in B2B, and that includes two methods, that is best price and sequence order. So best price is what among the price list, whichever is your lowest price, that will be displayed on the product page. When you select best method of selection, price selection, you will get the lowest price of your price list displayed on your product page. And what is sequence order? You have a concept called sequence in B2B, and when you select this method, the price against the lowest sequence will be displayed on the product page. So this is how you manage your prices to be displayed on the product page. And this is B2B commerce data. So how you get to your end product on the storefront. So there are two ways probably. This is discoverability and entitlement. One is when you want to buy something coffee product or something. So by discovering the things, you reach to your end product. Like you can enter the category as coffee route, and then you can get so many machines under it, and then you land onto your end product that you want to buy. This is how you discover the products. And what is entitlement? You actually know under what account, under what company you have to go to get your end product. So these are two ways where you can surf around this storefront to get your end product on it.
Yeah, so this is the kind of launch of storefront in a four step. So whatever we have seen in this slide, this is going to be the final end goal of any newly created or beginner to the B2B commerce. So these are the four main major steps, uh, and everyone will end up here while creating new storefront. So the first step is nothing but creation of new storefront, where you have to go to the CC admin tab, where you can see the create new button, where you can actually clone the existing storefront, as well as you can create your own. By default, B2B package has one default storefront itself. So you can create new storefront or you can clone the existing one. So this is going to be the first step to create a new storefront to get it on your community. Then the second one is about configuration of that storefront. So as I said, there is a one major main tab, which is the CC admin tab, where you can see all the list of your storefront. And after choosing the appropriate storefront, you can configure it all the settings there in the CC admin tab. Then the third step is nothing but the giving the experience to your storefront. So this is nothing but creating a new community and hosting newly created storefront on that community. So this is the third step where you will need to create a new community to host the storefront. And the last step is about to activation of the storefront. So in next slide we will go through each and every step, and we will uh, discuss in detail.
Right. And meanwhile, like, like this B2B commerce cloud or even B2C commerce cloud is a, so I would say there's a lot of gap in the market right now. And if any one of you have experience on any kind of, e-commerce platform, right? Maybe it's not just Salesforce. I think it should be very easy to learn, and it is very powerful. And, there are a lot of, like, there is a scarcity of good resources. So that's why we're having this session. Yeah, go ahead, Pranav.
Okay, so now we'll be seeing some of the CC admin tab and some of the configurations that we do when we start to create our storefront from scratch, or the overview of your CC admin panel. Okay, so when you install the B2B, you'll get this screen over here. When you click on CC admin, you'll get all the objects installed in your org after you install the package, and one of the tabs that gets created is CC admin. That is the whole and soul of your B2B package, where you can configure each and everything that what how that's how your storefronts behave basically. So this is the look and feel of CC admin, where on the left side you can see all the configurations and the menu that you do settings for. Okay, so the first thing is welcome. You'll get the screen this way. And second thing is data loader. Data loader is basically, it allows you to load the default custom settings that the Cloudcraze includes. You can upgrade the Cloudcraze settings there, and then you can load the custom settings related to the B2B. You can load the Cloudcraze data. You can load it through your custom static resource, or the initially Cloudcraze provides a demo data too to be loaded initially. So you just the static resource comes with the data B2B package named CC data or CC data minimum. So you can load those static resources using this data loader tab, and then you can get some basic records for your basic objects like CC products and CC page labels and everything to get your storefront ready in just few minutes. Then we have settings. These are application-wide settings that apply to all storefronts. You can set the anonymous account name here for which for your guest users. You can set your default storefront here, and you can set your login token here. So logging token is basically if you want to get the logs out of what exactly is running uh, with your storefront, and also you can just add this logging token in your URL, and you can get all the things running behind a page load or any other functionality that you do.
Okay. The third one is the indexing, and it is nothing but the refreshing. So let's say one example. There is one object in the backend CC product specification, suppose. So if you have made any changes in the CC product specification and you want to see those changes over the storefront, you need to go to the CC admin panel, then open your appropriate storefront and click on the indexing. Then there you will get the options to index it. So this is nothing but refreshing, where you will get the option to refresh for categories, menus, then product specifications, then page labels and configuration of the object. So these are the options that you can refresh. So this is nothing but the indexing. Then the fourth one is the page keys. This section displays the default page UI keys in the Cloudcraze install. Then the fifth one is, of course, the storefront. So basically, when you open any storefront, you can see the general setting for any storefront. So this is nothing but the storefront information itself, where you can set your storefront name, then the customer portal account group name, what would be the default customer portal account that you need to enter there, then the customer portal account name, then the root category, what would be the default root category while any user logged in as a fresh customer or buyer. So there you can set the root category to show the product from that category. Then the two major input here in the CC admin storefront you need to set up there. Those are about the URLs of your community, on which community you are going to host that storefront. So there are two main input, like site secure domain, where you need to enter your community URL on which you are going to host it. And of course, the major one is the e-commerce type, the your storefront type. Is it going to be the B2B or B2C? Yeah, so these are kind of input you need to set up while creating any new storefront. These are the basic settings
Okay.
which you need to enter.
Yeah, then we have configuration cache management. Now, if you migrate and enable S objects, this is where you build, active, remove, and deactivate a set of configurations. So you need to rebuild your configurations by just clicking on a build button that is provided on this setting. So your settings get refreshed, and you are provided a button to activate your new build and deactivate your previous build. So every time you do a settings change in CC admin, you need to go and build your cache over here. Then we have configuration modules. Now, modules are a group of settings. This is where you define modules. You can edit and create new modules. And then we have configuration settings under it. So configuration settings allow you to configure Cloudcraze settings such as enabling or disabling the features. You can select the particular module that you create in configuration module for which you want to change the setting. Then go to that particular setting and override it to the value you want. Like if you see the screen, this is the screen of configuration setting, where you see the above we have two drop downs, that is module and page. So module you'll get over here from the configuration modules. You need to if there are some existing modules, and if you want any new module to be introduced, you can go and create that. Then you will have to select those that module over here, and for the page that you want to change your setting for. So these are the list of settings that we can have. You can just directly go and change the value of it, and then you can go to configuration cache management and build your cache again, so that your newly implemented settings get into picture and will be loaded on the storefront. So then we have settings loader. You can import and export custom settings more extensively using this settings loader. For instance, you can download a CSV file containing a list of installed countries on the system, edit the list, and then upload it using the custom settings uploader. So these are the major parts of CC admin, where you will define your own settings, and whatever you want to implement or change on your storefront, you can do from CC admin tab from these particular things. And what is the best option that CC admin offer is you can set these settings globally as well as for particular storefronts as well. So you can have a settings enabled for all the storefronts, or if you want to override something for your storefront only for one storefront, and it should not get affected to any other storefront, you can set that too. So this is the best part of Cloudcraze in order for personalization. Yeah, so these was the overview of Cloudcraze today, like what it is basically, how you can start, what do you need in order to install B2B in your org, and this is just the first step how you can start to create your storefront and analyze the things and do the settings in order to set the storefront according to you, set the pages, the products, and everything, so that your e-commerce site gets hosted on community. And yeah, that is the thing all about B2B. Just an introductory session that we took today. Any questions or something that you would want to ask, you can shoot now.
I think, yeah, I think, sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I think Senthil have asked, what is the use of cache? Can you answer
Yeah,
that?
yes. Cache is basically, every site wants to have a good performance. So since B2B is a whole lot of large thing, so you need to see many things when you load a page. So in order to fasten up the process, in order to load the page uh, speedily, cache is used basically. So your cache management is until and unless you do not change anything, the settings would load from the existing uh, setup. Like it builds things in cache, so it will not call the APIs or anything that gets executed from backend to the server directly. It will call the things from the cache that it has stored. So your page gets loaded speedily. And every time you need to build cache again, that is because you changed some settings at the backend. And then you want that setting to be implemented on your storefront. That's why you need to clear the existing cache and rebuild it, so that new cache can be built, and then your page loads, and things can be loaded on your cache, so that next time the page loads, it will load a bit faster. So this is to increase the performance of your site.
Great. So yeah, guys, you can ask any more questions, right? Again, what we do know is, like, right now there is very less awareness of cloud craze. No one what no one even know, like, what cloud craze is, right? So I would recommend everyone to read more about what is cloud craze. How to configure it and all, right? There are less material available online, right? But if we get good participation and all, we are happy to even start some workshops on that, right? But overall, like, cloud craze is really very, I would say, uh, like, less known technology, right? But it's really good. I think Sumant has asked, like, how does integration works with cloud craze, like if you want to integrate with SAP or Oracle. So I can answer that. So basically, Sumant, like, cloud craze is nothing but it's all built on Salesforce, right? So which means, like, anything which can be integrated with Salesforce can be integrated with cloud craze. Okay, so there are a lot of tools out there. Like, there is Jitterbit, there is MuleSoft, there is Delboomi. There are lots of tools out there which you can use to integrate between Salesforce and S4 HANA or SAP HANA or Oracle and all. So yes, you can definitely integrate that. As a matter of fact, in our current project, we have integrated CloudCraze with SAP.
There is one more question, why we need to use two URLs for installation, that is production and sandbox. So we have different URLs for production org and sandbox org. That production starts with login.salesforce.com and sandbox starts with test.salesforce.com. So in order to install package on particularly both the orgs, we need to have these two separate URLs so that it gets pointed to the correct org.
I'm not sure Vinu has raised his hand. Vinu, if you have any questions, you can just directly post it here. Meanwhile, Sumant has asked, can we install it in developer edition? I believe CloudCraze package is not available for free, so
Yeah.
for that you can reach out to Salesforce to check if they can provide any kind of like a like a free edition of that. But I doubt we have that. Uh, Sai Kishore has asked like if there is any specific certification for CloudCraze. Uh, Namrata, can you answer that?
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you remember like do we
Yes.
have a
Yes. We do. Yes, we do have a,
okay? So yes, we do.
certification for CloudCraze for admin as well as developer. We do have certifications for that.
And guys, like again, if you have anyone, as I'm repeating myself, like if you have anyone who wants to, like is already working on Shopify or Magento or Drupal or any other kind of e-commerce platform, right? I think they can easily switch their career to CloudCraze or Demandware. Okay, so it's a great opportunity. Also, one more thing which I want to bring here is like right now, CloudCraze is built completely on Classic, which means it's built on Visual Force. But now they are working closely, to integrate that with Lightning. So they are revamping the whole product from ground up. So it should be coming on Lightning soon. Sumant has asked if there are any SFDC groups for CloudCraze. We can find, and like you can try finding. We can also try finding. But so far, to be honest, we found very small community on CloudCraze. Is Salesforce e-commerce cloud is CloudCraze or package only? Okay. So again, I'm yeah. So Salesforce Commerce Cloud is two types. One is B2B and one is B2C. B2B is CloudCraze and B2C is Demandware. So I know, guys, you might be having tons of questions, right? So what I would recommend is like if anyone has any questions, right, you can always join our group, right? We have a Telegram group, and of course we have a LinkedIn page and our Facebook page, right? And this session is also live on our YouTube, right? I can share all those links in the chat right now. Okay, so if you have anyone from your friends or anyone who want to learn this or they have missed the session, they can always refer to this recorded session. Okay, I'm just sharing the link right now. So this is the link for our YouTube channel. uh, so this is our Telegram group, and this is our YouTube channel. So we every week we perform a lot of good trainings. Like the upcoming trainings are on CPQ and all. So please do join these sessions. We try to give you a idea of everything, and then we also have like a detailed session. Depending on the user base and like how much interest is. We also do the workshops as well. And like technical documents are all, I would say there are some documents available online, but first you need to probably get an org, else it will be hard to understand things without having a cloud craze. But what I will recommend is like you can always tell your customers to look into buying cloud craze, if the use case is right, and if they do that, I think that can be a great opportunity to learn cloud craze. And I think Pranav has
Yeah,
shared
I
some.
just shared one technical document which will help in B2B.
Okay. So please join, as I said, please join our Telegram group as well. So, and you can ask any kind of questions there, and we will be happy to, share those answers. All right. I think it was a great session. Thanks Namrata and Pranav for taking, this session. Thanks Amrut for arranging this. And again, please, please be in touch. And if you have any questions, if you want any answer, you can always ask us. Okay.